and we Biafra, Lord give us a freedom.
People of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. And in this video, I will be talking about the lowdown of activities on the next page of our PM Simon Ekpa. So much activity. But before we dive into it, let me quickly welcome you back to my channel. Those of you that have been following my videos, and if you are new, I urge you to click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Press the notification bell icon so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be notified. Also, share the video so that some other people will get to hear about our liberation. Okay. Starting with this news, we can see where
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my people, you did see this where our supreme leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu normally called this man Tamboa, okay, like the wife of a man called Tamboa, and the way he's behaving like he's a clown, can imagine. Anyways, I heard that he takes too much ogogoro. So moving over to the next news, this is our men on the ground where they are just talking. So let me just allow you to hear the voice and we move. Okay, my people, I believe you guys saw it. One of our gallant men, we are just chanting the normal way, that they boost their morale. And the Prime Minister posted it and said, breaking, Biafra resistant fighters this morning after dealing with the Nigerian terrorists, neutralizing many of them as they came to kill Biafrans as usual. Their job is to defend the 40th United States of Biafra and neutralize every Islamic state of Nigeria terrorists in uniform within Biafra land, and now going beyond. So going beyond means that they have extended it to Abuja and other parts of the Zugeria. So that is this news all about. We're moving over to the next one. This one, the PM will respond, but let's play this man first to hear what he said.
I represent Abia South. While also supporting this motion, I need to point out that it's not just in Galadimawa. I had occasion to have a discussion last week with Senator Kingibwe. Several parts of Abuja are under siege. Part of Lugbe, on the back side of Lugbe, Kubwa and so forth. So many citizens no longer sleep in their homes. They run into town and go back during the day. So there's something very, very serious going on in around the Federal Capital Territory. No matter what we say, this is the capital territory of Nigeria. If there's anywhere that's going to be seen as very secure, this ought to be the most secure place in Nigeria. Now that it seems that the same lackadaisical attitude to security is being taken to, all of us are at risk. Now, an aide to a senator, tomorrow it might be an aide to a minister. It might also be one of us, God forbid. But the point is, something very, very drastic and immediate must be done by the security agencies to handle this matter. It is not because we do not have the resources, because these people ask for ransom, they use their cell phones, they can be tracked, and then in and around Abuja FCT is supposed to be a security zone. And therefore, I second and support all the...
Okay, my people, let us read what our PM responded to him, because he has been talking. And the PM responded and said, "Listen to this Afonja criminal saying God forbid that they can't be victim of the insecurity." And he said, "Don't worry, what you did to others as a senator will definitely visit you in Abuja. You can't escape it." So, because the man is actually lamenting of insecurity happening in Abuja, he said that Abuja ought to be one of the safest place, in fact, the safest place in Nigeria. But now they can't sleep properly because they are afraid. And PM now responded and said to him that what you did to others will visit you. So don't worry, you can't escape that. So now they are panicking. So moving over to the next news, we need to be very fast. He says breaking. This is the liaison office. Okay, the liaison office of the United State of Biafra in Netherlands, in the same premises, same building, are other embassies like that of Republic of Congo, Thailand, and Singapore. So we are already in the same place that other embassies are. So we already we are already doing very well. When Biafra, immediately that Biafra is declared, our liaison offices all over the world will become embassies. That is the essence of this. Okay, so we move over to the next news. Let's hear what this one said.
Finish government and extradite some of them back for prosecution. 3. Urge the federal government to use political solution and approach in handling the case of Mazi Namdeka.
Mr. President, it is common knowledge that our brothers from the southeast largely hold the commerce of this great country. If commerce, therefore, is shut down in this part of the country, I'm afraid it indeed a national problem that I think should be treated as a national challenge.
All of us in the National Assembly we have met, everybody has condemned it. I need the Senate to know that there is no one in the Southeast except the criminals who support this sit at home. These boys have caused...
I will stop this here. I wouldn't be playing it again because we've seen this video very long, prior to now. They are just lamenting about sit at home. Okay, it's a video that we've seen before. So PM reposted it, and he said, "Simon Ekpa, everywhere you go." The Ofonja said that Simon Ekpa is a gang leader. Biafra should take record properly because we have many cases to settle. After declaration, many of the cases will be settled with fist fights. I want a fist fight with the people like this. like this, like the like this as a settlement. So our PM just saying. Breaking announcement: Dr. Joy Irobi has been appointed as the contact person for Biafra and Bazonia Alliance. Azoka Nwankwo was the contact person until she was sacked from the government. Every official arrangement and meetings going forward on Biafra and Bazonia Helsinki declaration will go through Dr. Irobi. These changes have been officially communicated to the Ambazonian government governing council AGOVC today. So that's the news. Moving over to the next one, EFCC. Okay, EFCC, they protest against corruption. So that is zoo for you. We cannot allow corruption destroy Nigeria any further. Can you imagine? Nigeria is a joke, and that was a fundraising. And moving over to Vanguard, carried this that Bishop Koko, a Catholic diocese of Sokoto, has advised young Nigerians wishing them to leave the country the popular Japa syndrome, that they should not hesitate. However, he prayed that the right and all those prayer, but you've already told them. Why will you be telling them to leave Nigeria? Instead of you to find a way to fight, how can the whole city leave Nigeria? Find a means to fight against the oppressors, and you people will go and praise them and come now and say that people should leave. Anyway, PM now responded and said prayer couldn't save them after they helped the in the Islamization. He is asking you to flee. This is his last solution. Brainless people who have used the name of God to deceive generation. Will God forgive such men? Those who have a voice and have position to use, but their position and life is more important to them. Yes, actually, he's supposed to be preaching freedom and liberation of people, and that Nigeria shouldn't be united because the unity hasn't helped Nigeria. That's what he should be preaching, but he's not doing that. And why will you be telling people to japa? What kind of advice is that? You're telling them to go to another man's country and go and become third class. Why they can build their own country? The story here is breaking: Biafra Republic government in exile headquarters in the US feeling the Christmas well decorated. So this is the office here. Okay, so we move over to the next news. So this is a news where these northern people, this man, they called him renowned Sokoto-based Islamic cleric, is saying military yet to bomb southeast by mistake. So why are they always calling southeast? What is their problem? Simon now tweeted and said, breaking: I really don't want to talk about this criminal because I know where I am waiting for him. But please delete everywhere you have shared the picture of his sister marrying in Italy. Maybe that is when he has not eaten IPOP money. This is his real picture. So just keep this one and delete every other one so you don't confuse men. They probably shared that Italy picture to confuse you and you fall for it. This is the real picture and men must stick to this. So this guy has been very, 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 very bad influence in this struggle. He's caused so much damage. He has damaged a lot, so much. So I think his matter should not be overlooked. See another news. Let's hear what this man said.
I'm from the Yoruba tribe. In Nigeria, they will even say my tribe is lazy. Still, yes.
You have 3 degrees and 2 masters and you're lazy.
They will say my tribe is lazy because we are lazy because they say we are the ones that read. So an average person in Yoruba land will be educated because we like books. But when you see an Igbo guy, you better be ready because this guy is straight like an Israeli. Everything is pressure. They don't play. You open your shop at 7, an Igbo guy has opened at 5. You take your own to 5, the guy will give you 4:30. Do you know that in Nigeria, at 4:30 you can eat a hot cooked rice? AM.
Okay,
Nigeria, they will even say,
you see what this guy said here is actually, yes, he said some of the things are very correct. The fact that Igbos are very industrious people, that's very correct. Like the Jews prospering, that's very correct. But the incorrect statement here is that they are the ones that are known to be reading books and educated ones. If he had said this thing very long time ago, like decades ago, right, years back, it could be correct because that after the war, Igbos had nothing. So many people went into business, hustling. Okay, so there was not too much education. So many of our parents had no opportunity to, finish their advanced education, right? But not anymore. An average Igbo man is educated right now. An average man, woman in Igbo land is educated, even if the person is doing business. Okay, so now it's no longer like before. So education is our top notch combined with industrialization. So we are in all round. So forget all these that it was before. We are now at the peak of, if you want to check it, check every country in UK. The Nigerian, when they say Nigerians did well, how many Igbos are there? In America, check how many Igbos and how many Yorubas. You can check it out to know whether Yorubas are more than Igbos as they are claiming to be. No, Igbos are all rounders. Okay, but anyway, moving over to the next news. I just needed to buttress that fact. Let's hear from this man, then we will hear the response of our PM.
Igbos in Nigeria, 73% said sometimes or always they were treated unfairly by the government. This is last year. This is the highest rate of any ethnic group surveyed in Africa. In their view, they are sometimes or always treated unfairly by the government.
So it's issue of injustice?
It is a deep grievance, and it's a disconnect from the Nigeria project, as was mentioned earlier. And I mentioned that number just to underscore the underlying grievance that has to be addressed. So amnesty is potentially part of a package, but the disconnect has to be addressed. And the Southeast is a core pillar of the Nigeria project. It comes back to the discussion of its importance. So all of these issues that are being discussed are inherently political. They're being seen through a political lens. For example, infrastructure, development. The grievance is you have a very productive region that is exporting not just to Nigeria, but internationally. You have, I think, Imo and Anambra are number 4 and number 6 for GDP in Nigeria. And that was in 2021, which was a very violent year. So even amidst the violence, three of the 5 states in Southeast are in the top 12 for GDP per capita. Yet there's no seaport. The bridges are not good. The roads are not good. So it is a development and infrastructure issue, but it's seen through a political lens as a political grievance. The same with security, which is you have significant deployment of security forces, yet the perception is the DPOs are not from Southeast. Many of the officers are not from Southeast. They are not necessarily well-versed in the local context. And so they're not performing the role of community security in a way that they or other communities would expect. So that's a security issue, yes, but it's also perceived through a political lens. And it's the same with federal appointments and involvement in governance. So these are development, these are policy, these are economic issues, but they're seen through a broader political lens that they're not being kind of fairly adjudicated. And I think that's really important to underscore. So amnesty as part of a package may be a solution, but the underlying grievances have to be addressed with an understanding of the political perception, how the infrastructure problems, how the economic problems, how the security issues are perceived politically, and what it means to have a more representative involvement in those efforts from a Southeast perspective. Yes, it has to be a multi-stakeholder approach. The sensitive issues have to be addressed, and there needs to be involvement of the key stakeholders as this initiative is doing. That being said, in context like this, you might not move everybody over. You might not convince everybody. But where you make a serious effort and where you provide legitimate avenues, you will see a significant reduction in popular grievance that draws down support for extremism and makes it very difficult to operate. So a multi-stakeholder approach doesn't immediately solve all the problems, but it changes the trajectory, and it moves a lot of the public into using or trying to use the legitimate mechanisms again, as opposed to staying on the sidelines or even supporting extremist activity. So it's where you need to start, and it's the direction that you need to go. Igbo's in Nigeria.
Okay, my people, I believe that we heard this man, and he said a lot of things, a lot of points that a foreigner pointed out. People that are living in that region claiming to be the leaders never said these things. Probably some of them know about it, but they are afraid to talk, right? So two things that I will talk about he mentioned are, one, that Igbos are doing very well in GDP, the industrialization without seaport. They are always on the top. Okay, first 6, they are in that list. Imo and Anambra, right? Without having seaport, they are making that such impact. So what if they now have seaport, what will happen? That's the logic there. So, and you know that this seaport, the government of Bulgaria refused to allow Southeast to have it, and they are talking about that is in their exclusive list. So you can't, even if that we the Igbos say let us do it by ourselves with our money, you can't do it. You have to take permission from them. So that is the one problem that he pointed out. The second problem is that the people policing in the Southeast are the foreigners from the other tribes, not the local people. You have to have local people policing in their land so that they will know the nooks and crannies of the cities. They will know the integral parts of the society, know what is happening. They will know things inside and outside. But this one, they bring somebody from Medjugorje, bring somebody from Sokoto, and they will be there just because they want to always be in control. and it's really bad. So these are 2 points that this man mentioned, and they are very fantastic. Our PM now responded, when a foreigner understands your problem better than the idiots calling themselves your representatives, you will go and tell this one to bring Simon to Nigeria. He will laugh at you because he knows what Simon Ekpa is fighting for. But the criminals who should have been at the forefront are the ones calling for the head of Simon Ekpa, which is true. That's why when they are telling Finland, Simon this, Simon that, Finland will just be laughing at them. They are the criminals and they are calling another person a criminal. So this one is where Shetima was calling on non-kinetic approach. Let's read. We need non-violent approach to IPOP agitation in Southeast, banditry in North Central, and others. Vice President Shetima, the terrorists. And our PM responded, after we have defeated your terrorist Nigerian military, are you running? Bring the violence now. You think you have the monopoly of shooting gun? Exactly. When you allow them to be, intimidating you with their guns, it will look like they are the only ones that know how to kill, how to, use the gun. So, but we know how to defend ourselves. That's it. So PM posted this video where he said whether we remember the Woto, this scene, and I remembered the scene. So let me play it a little bit.
Which kind of life we take? Hey, God. This life is a full of evil. This life is a full of evil. Jesus. Oh.
Okay, that's all we can take from there. It was a Woto that happened where our men actually dealt with these terrorists using Nigerian military uniform. So all of them are terrorists, so we don't play with defending ourselves when it comes to terrorism. Okay, so this is a very breaking news that started our day with laughter, and here it goes. Breaking: the Ministry of Sports, United States of Biafra, officially the Biafra Republic government in exile, wished to congratulate Eucharia Chinelo as she made Biafra government proud in Germany, as she proudly lifted up our Biafran flag for her 100-meter sprinting to qualify for Germany under 20 female in Glass Palace Sindelfingen. Okay, so she qualified in the Germany under 20. So it's a very thing of gladness. I love it when I see this flag flying high. Okay, so see where she qualified. See where she qualified. Wow, what a good sprinter, man. She gapped everybody. She did very well. She literally gapped everybody. So I believe she will do very well in the competition itself. So moving over to the next news, and it says, breaking: tell criminal Hope Uzodimwa that we can never allow him to build that mosque in old Imo State. Any attempts, Biafra people will level the area, take the project to Abuja. How are you serious? So this man is planning on building a mosque in Imo State. We don't want them to build any mosque again. We are no longer in one Nigeria. They should take their mosque here somewhere else. If they like, let them stop Igbos building churches there. That's their cup of business. We don't want them to build their mosque. They are violent people. Okay. So another news breaking: tell your best moments during the Operation Snake in the Monkey Shadow by the Biafra forces. Which images of the Woto Woto gave you joy the most? So let me show you guys some some things that people brought. Our people are very, very good. So people began to show these pictures. These ones are shooting, better shooting here. Okay. So so this one is their confusion is the best moment for this person. Another person. Okay, let's hear this one. Woto woto. So the woto woto was too much. They were looking for their head. This one is good. Another better woto woto. Okay, this one said by sabotaging our effort in Southeast. That's this person, best moments. The confession in their green Islamic chamber. And so many more. See, so many Biafran people we are bringing. So we move over to the next news. Our people are so good. Okay, they are very good. They are very good. So let's hear from this man. He made sense. So let's hear him.
Take over from you. It is not a matter of time. If the character of the demography of a community changes, there is hardly anything you can do. They will take over from you. It is not a matter of time. No matter the struggle, we can strategize and give them a portion. But they say they are going to be zero. It's a waste of time. And I'm an advocate of this thing for the past 30 years. Because I grew up with them. I went to school with them. I know their capability. I know their tendencies. I know their unity of purpose more than us. I know their focus. And I know you can defeat us if you are not careful. I am very sure. I don't have any doubt at all. What I can say, where they are predominant, let us leave it for them. We cannot defeat them. Even if you harass them, they are a lot more aggressive than us. I just saw some towns disturbing them. If they attack you, we are gone. Don't push them to the wall because they are not like us. Their own upbringing is fight to finish. They've gone through it before.
My people, this man is talking about the Igbos in Lagos, that their only thing that they respect is God. They said they are only fearing God and respecting peaceful coexistence. Stop pushing them to the wall. So this man is literally saying that he grew up with the Igbos, and Igbos don't really look for trouble. They don't want you, as in they bear when you are pushing them, they bear it. But don't allow them to come against you, because when they start, you can't challenge them. That they don't make noise. That when they start, they will finish it. So that he knows that they can overturn them. Being the Yorubas. So he's actually talking as a Yoruba man, but he grew among the Igbos. That's what he said. So he knows the capacity and the capability of the Igbo man. He was advising them that they shouldn't push the Igbos to the wall. That's a good advice, because the thing these people are doing to our people is really uncalled for. So moving over to this one. This one is breaking news of the sit-at-home order by our Prime Minister. So let's go through it in a jiffy. Okay, so it says, following the demand by the Biafra people for more sit-at-home civil disobedience, the Biafra Republic government in exile and Biafra de facto government in homeland wish to notify Biafrans that there will be sit-at-home civil disobedience starting from 15th December 2023 to 19th December 2023. The sit-at-home is for the following reasons. Number one, demand the immediate and unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who remains illegally detained at the DSS dungeon, and his next court date is on the 15th of December 2023. Number two, the protest against Nigeria being officially addressed as an Islamic state by the United Kingdom government, as recently pronounced by the UK Secretary for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs, Lord David Cameron. This is happening while Biafrans are not Muslims and can never be. 3 says, in preparation for Biafra government data collection of Biafrans and followed by the Biafran self-referendum. 4 says, to further put the world on notice that Biafrans are taking their future into their own hands. 5 to demand the immediate withdrawal of all Nigeria forces from the 40 United States of Biafra territories. 6 to demonstrate that the Biafra Republic government in exile and de facto government in homeland remains the only legitimate government to whom Biafran people listen to and loyal to. 7 to invalidate the illegitimate of those who parade themselves as Nigeria representatives within Biafran territory. 8 to delegitimize all the rogue regime representing Nigeria within the 40 United States of Biafra. So the sit-at-home will therefore take place in the following orders. Friday 15th December 2023, there will be total lockdown in Biafra land. Saturday 16th December 2023 and Sunday 17th December 2023 will be break. All Biafran markets, places of worship like churches, etc. will open. So there will be opening of markets on that Sunday so people can buy food, right? Then Monday sit-at-home commences December 18 December 2023 and Tuesday 19th December 2023 there will be total lockdown as well. So even if that our Onyindu comes out, which we pray that he comes out, there will be at least a calmness for him to rest. Okay? Yes. So that is from the government of Biafra in exile. So they now ended it by, we hereby call on all market leaders to strictly adhere to this order and treat it with utmost seriousness. We also call on all oil companies operating in Biafran territory to shut down oil exploration on these dates to avoid the anger of Biafran people, which may come with heavy consequence. Respectfully, Mazi Simon Ekpa, Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in exile. So this is it, my people. Is sit at home, so everybody should respect it. It will start on the 15th, and which is next week Monday, not tomorrow. Okay, not today, right? And by the time I'm doing this video, it's already the early morning of the sit at home day, right? But the next day will be the sit at home that we are talking about, because our Onyendu is coming to court on the 15th, which is Friday. All right, moving over to the next. It says our next sit at home is starting Friday. If you know, you know. So everybody take notes. Breaking. This is the map of Aba States in United States of Biafra. All right. So he now corrected the number 7. So let's read it. To invalidate the legitimacy of those who parade themselves as Nigeria representatives within Biafran territory. So to invalidate them, okay? So which means they are no longer in charge. Nobody recognizes them. So breaking, Simon Ekpa, the Prime Minister of Biafran Republic Government in Exile, has declared a week-long sit-at-home by the Southeast, continued detention of... So these ones are now the paper. Once our PM posts something, all these gutter media people will start carrying it. Okay, so he now sent a message, or should I say he made a statement. Okay, before I read this news is about prior video I think Barrister Jofo made, radio gossip that they call Radio Biafra. Okay, and he was accusing MNK of being the person behind so many things going on, and he was just talking all manner of nonsense against, carrying all the blames against MNK, right? So our PM now responded and said MNK is fighting against criminals in Ifite, and criminal and treacherous Ejiofor is one of them. Ejiofor form a cult group in Orifite, and MNK goes against the cult, but Ejiofor use IPOB Nigerian criminals as shield. IPOB Nigerian criminals are the DOS IPOB, okay? That has expired. We have expired them. They are no longer in control. The only thing is that we don't have their time yet, okay? So we don't have their time, and we don't have Ejiofor's time. That's what our PM is saying. Our eyes are on the ball for Biafra liberation. So I like what PM is doing. He's really very, very focused. So this is another gutter media in the zoo that carried the sit-at-home order issued by our PM. This one say that they are swift reporters. So the same thing. So another media carried it. So our PM now said Nigeria media are afraid to report that the sit-at-home also is to protest against Nigeria Islamic State, while Biafrans have not visited Nigeria. So they are always excluding that part. All these people are afraid of the zoo. So you blame them? You don't blame them. Okay? You don't blame them. So this one, the last news we have here is, this is a Biafran that, I don't know. Let's read what our PM wrote. He said, breaking Maxwell Obala in London. This is the event of making 75 years of Universal Declaration of Human Rights today, 10th December. I led some other activists and members of the civil group Human Rights House in London. We address and tell the world that United Nations are not doing enough in the protection and promotion of human rights in the world since 10th December 1948. When it was declared, the world cannot be talking about Declaration of Human Rights for over 75 years. Now, where genocide, unlawful detention, intimidation of the citizens by the political leaders disobedient to court orders are still in the order of the day. So the person that did this protest is named Maxwell Obala Esquire.
And the fight against class violation of rights in the world, in China, in Hong Kong, in Africa, in Biafra. And we are asking that China should join us together. A lot of injustice is happening in Nigeria.
injustice there in Nigeria, and we are calling China and Hong Kong to join us to fight against this injustice. Africa, we know what is also happening in China, and we are also supporting that those injustices should be stopped.
Okay, my people, that's where we will wrap it up today. I believe that we've gone very long to bring to you this news update from the X page of our PM. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to click the like button, subscribe, share the video, also click the bell icon so that anytime I upload the video you'll be notified. Other than that, peace out.